go from our riverview spots, riverfront spots there, all the way down to the basin. The interior of the bathhouse walls have been painted thanks to Ivy Tech, Raven Hudson, the group that she organized with that, had about 20 volunteers. The epoxy flooring has now been finished on the interior of the bathhouse as well. They left us a little extra epoxy to where we can expand that on the walkway outside. The wood fence has been painted, and then half of the exterior of the bathhouse has been painted. We're scheduling that around the weather so that we can finalize that as well. But that'll be done here in the next couple weeks. So the couple things that we have yet to be completed, phase 2 of our repaving and sealing, half of that's already been done, but that will be finished on June 13th. Our landscaping plan, which has been approved, that will begin on June 20th, so that we'll be finished before regatta. We're getting a vintage graphic that we already have the design, and I've been in contact with Height Signs and how we're going to go about that. It'll be a 1/8-quarter vinyl sign that we're going to do on the side of the bathhouse, kind of give it a rustic vintage appeal there for that. Just waiting on that sign to be made, and then we'll have that up. As I mentioned, spoke with John Nyberg. He's researching those water towers that we have down there. We're going to do a kind of commemorance thing to be able to signify with those and then clean those up a little bit. And then working with Tony Steinhardt on the new signage. We took a walk down there on Thursday looking at where kind of the kiosk section will be. So we're going to have 2 different maps. One at the gateway point, so it'll be a nice entrance sign there. Welcome to the City of Madison Campground. And then the other one's going to be a layout of the campground. So if you get in there, let's say at 10 o'clock at night, you're looking around for which spot it is, you could go over to that map and you could see where it's at. And just make it a lot more accessible and easier for people to find where they may be at. And I know that'll definitely help Doug out. So that's the kind of stuff that we have yet to be completed, but we've still made a lot of progress and headway with that. And the only other thing with the concrete stairs is we do have the railings ordered, just waiting on those to be built out. So we'll have 2 sets of railings going down either side. We felt that was going to be a little bit safer than going down the middle. That way you didn't run the risk of maybe stepping off the edge or something if you're carrying things to and from. But still waiting on the finished date for that, but that is in the works as well. For Sunrise Golf Course, currently, that's where Roger and Joe are at. We've got 12 teams competing in sectionals at the moment, so hopefully with weather, I hope that they'll be able to finish that up. Roger's been focusing on with the Sunrise Tournament Series. He's had 2 events so far. Each one has brought in more people. I think Zach's been able to get out there and play in some of those as well.
Yeah,
so
it's been great.
Glad to hear it. Soon we'll have all our golf board members out there to play in that. If that works for you guys.
You don't want me out there.
Things are going well. Right now what they've got going on is it's kind of a last man standing tournament. Sort of how you'd see with the NCAA March Madness. He's got the brackets posted inside. They've ranked, he's gone through with some of the other avid golfers, and they've ranked the teams and done different flights. So your top 16 people, and then you've got your next level, so that everyone kind of has a fair way to compete and go about this. And when I've been up there, I've been seeing and hearing the guys have been talking about it's generating a lot of kind of smack talk, that it's getting more people interested in it. And so this has really been a great kind of trial run for him, and I'm happy about how that's all progressing.
Yeah, I got knocked out yesterday. I want to redo.
You get an extra strokes as a
I
park
should.
board member and golf board member, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You should.
We had a successful Chamber of Commerce outing. 28 teams were able to participate in that. And that's one thing, too, with the financials that you'll see there in front of you. I've got the breakdowns for the year-to-date on the overall, and then also for the monthly, which includes the grill separately. The Chamber outing is not included yet in those financials, so that's going to be another $5,000 or so of revenue that we'll equate for here down the road. But that event went very well. Very happy for new Chamber Director on successful outing. Still working with the golf board on the annual corporate tee sponsorships and the new tee box signs. So what we're going to do, we've got half of those sold already, and so we're just going to go ahead and order those. Some people want specific signs, so we're going to go ahead and put that order in, and we think that that's going to generate enough interest once people see these brand new black, shiny, kind of rich-looking signs. I think we'll get the investors much more quickly with that. So we're going to go ahead and put that in. It's about an 8-week lead time. And then it'll be on our staff to install those. So hopefully within a couple of Fridays we can steal some of our other park and street guys and maybe get those installed.
Is there a date for the first tee program to actually, like, can you sign up online for that yet?
Yeah, so if you call Roger at the pro shop, he's handling the signups for that.
Okay.
Which I know First Tee, that expands more than just Sunrise. That's a nationwide thing.
Right.
But what he's gonna be doing with that, it's focused on just the fundamentals and the etiquette of golf. So they're big on not walking in front of someone's line when they're putting, just the general etiquette of that, and just knowing the basic rules, and the character development is the big thing for them on that. So you can currently sign up with him. I don't remember the exact ages that he's got, but I know he's
Yeah.
focusing on the elementary and junior high level. And so, yeah, that will begin here in late June. For Parks General, JC Park, that slide repair part, that's been ordered. I called Dave Meanier last week, and he said that was shipped out on 5/26, so we can expect that here within a couple of weeks and get that reinstalled. I know we've had a few questions on that. As we mentioned, Hargan Matthews with the gate, and then Brown Gym, the chiller now has been fixed. You saw the sizable sum of that. We looked at doing an all-new AC system, and that was going to be about double the price if we were to go that route. So we just stuck with the chiller. But that still was a sizable investment that we'd like to hopefully get more use out of as well. For staffing, a big thing that I know Chad is in desperate need for officials. That's no secret in any kind of rec or even high school age right now, of trying to find umpires, officials for all sports is difficult. That's a very thankless job, and it's difficult for anybody, let alone we're asking high school, college age kids to do that. So if you know of anybody that would be interested in that, we have increased our wages for that. We're really trying to promote and get more officials out there for him. For Sunrise, we are currently looking for general maintenance, and then also in the grill specifically. We'd like to expand the hours for our Sunrise Grill. Right now, it's kind of fallen all on Jordan's shoulders, and so we'd like to be able to offer a little bit more expanded hours of operations, especially with it being lighter out longer. And then another big thing for us is just the general maintenance as a whole. We've got, as we talk about so often, 220 acres of parks, very comprehensive park system with over 27 parks and facilities, and it's not cheap to maintain. It takes a lot of labor power. So that's more what we're looking at, trying to beef up our staff, give our current full-time people some more help.
Now, are those jobs posted on the city website
Yes.
and
yes,
on the
if you-
parks website also?
Correct. If you just type in Madison, Indiana, if you go to our main website, you look at, you could look either under jobs, or just if you go to parks specifically, that falls under there, that we have those applications live. So it's just a general seasonal application, and then you just request which position you'd like.
Okay, thank you.
Crystal Beach, Mayor Courtney and I have met with the OVO Executive Director, Elena Freeman, and Clifty Falls Park Manager, Natalie Brinson, this past week, as well as a couple of different phone calls with them, discussing solutions for the Crystal Beach being closed this year. So what OVO is doing, and it's something that they've done in the past and they're continuing with, they are investing into 2,000 entrance permits for the state park. So not just the pool that gets you into the entire Clifty Falls State Park, but those are going to be distributed through Jefferson, Jennings, and Scott County. And they're targeting families that are going to be at the 200% poverty level. And more so than that, they're targeting those families that have children 17 and under as well. So they're really trying to make this an affordable solution moving forward, since Crystal Beach isn't going to be available, and you've got to pay to get into the park, and then pay for, obviously, the pool itself if that's what you're going to do, or it opens you up to be able to hike or see the different things that they have there, their facilities. In addition to that, they're going to be investing more money that's going to go specifically to pool passes for those people in Jefferson County. So this is going to help out over 400 different families in Jefferson County via punch card system that's going to get these families 15 free visits to where they can use this in addition to these passes to get into the park, and then have a couple of free days there for the pool itself. And this, again, they're targeting that same poverty level and the houses that have the children under 17. And working with them, they said that if they're able to get more interest than what they currently are providing, the city has said that we would help financially subsidize that as well. we would just need help on their end with the screening process, but that's something that we'd be willing to invest in. I have spoken with them about the aquatics programming. That is something that they are not interested in doing at this time, so we are trying to work with the Madison Junior High to see if that's a possibility. We're still working through the logistics of that, but it would be nice to try to offer some sort of swim lessons and or water aerobics for some duration of the summer. The other local pools that we've talked to, that most of them currently are not. I think BV, the Y is the one that is currently doing both of those things, but last I heard that their classes were full for the most part on those. Something new that we had come up here, Ohio River Way is going to be coming to town. So this was something that they announced back in May. This is a 250-mile canoe trip. Started in Portsmouth, Ohio, and it's going to go all the way to Louisville, Kentucky. So they are currently in Kentucky tomorrow. They're going to be docking, starting from Carrollton, and they'll be making their way down here to Madison. So there's a little over a dozen communities that are a part of this trailway system that they're going to be stopping at, having a ribbon cutting ceremony, and they will be giving us a landmark token of appreciation for us being one of these stops along their way. So Austin Sims with Madison Main Street has been kind of helping organize that with this group. They're going to be staying here in Madison, having a ribbon cutting ceremony at 5:30 down by the boat ramp there, by the overlook, and then they're going to be having a dinner afterwards at Pizza Uncommon, and kind of shop local and all of that. Their big thing with this is promoting recreation, connecting communities, and stimulating economic development is kind of their entire focus. So we're very pleased that Madison is one of their stops that they're going to be making along the way, and they'll be getting in around 12 noon tomorrow. So if you see people out on the canoes and such, that be sure to wave at them, as they've been promoting this very heavily, and we're very excited that we're one of those landmarks that they're going to be stopping at. And then, board, the last thing that I have for you is you'll see a flyer. Something that we're picking up here pretty quickly is we've got a pickup game for kids that'll be taking place this Friday. Mayor Courtney and I believe Deputy Mayor McGee will both be participating in this, so that should be fun to see. But we're going to have police officers out there, park staff, some city hall staff that'll be taking place in this. So this is Friday, June 10th. This is going to be at 10:30 until noon at Kiwanis Park. So it's going to be pickup. We're going to do wiffle ball, kickball. We're going to have cornhole boards over there. And then we will also be grilling out free hot dogs to give to the children as well. So we're reaching out to all those that are in our local programs, as well as Girls Inc., Boys and Girls Club, the Youth Shelter, just to invite anybody and everybody that wants to be a part of that. So board, if you're available, that would be an excellent opportunity to come out, just a little meet and greet and have some fun, maybe even swing a wiffle ball bat. We'll see.
So all the teams that have been participating, they've all been informed already about that event?
We sent a mass blast out to our rec desk, so basically everybody that signed up and registered on there. So we have over 3,000 different contacts on that list.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions.
Yes.
One was, how are the OVO people going to locate these families to give them the passes and stuff?
They already have that system in place.
Okay.
And because it has to do with the poverty level and such, that they are.
They have access to all the stats they need?
Yes, they do a strict screening process, and that was the
Okay.
thing, to where if we were gonna help financially, we don't have those resources to maybe handle that screening process like they would, so we would just come in and fund it, but still need them to, their help with that.
Okay, so
so
we
that's
don't have to
something-
do anything to promote that or get the
No,
word out?
They have
Or
already done so. They just wanted to basically make the public aware of that, and I believe that they'll still continue to accept those applications and stuff afterwards, so that we know if there's still more of a need that we may not have met yet.
Okay, and then this might be a question for the back of the room, but are we doing, the people that are coming to town and they put us on their stop? It'd be nice if we had a little something to give them, an ornament from Madison, or a T-shirt, or just something like welcome and thank you for putting us on your stop. Any kind of a gift bag?
Yeah,
I could.
we can put something together.
Did you say there were 20 people? How many are in that group?
The group that is canoeing, yeah, there's roughly 20. It says Modern Day Adventurers.
Okay.
So people that'll be canoeing. I got to see their Facebook page. They've got 2 different 30-foot canoes that'll be coming down the river. So actually, I'll get to be one of those people. I'm joining them in Carrollton.
Oh,
and I'm gonna
awesome.
ride
You
down
and
the boat.
Austin both then?
Yes, yeah, we'll both be.
Well, I know they'll have limited room. Obviously, it would be small, but I was just trying to think of something from the
Yeah.
Parks Department specifically,
Right.
since they're promoting, recreation.
Yeah, we'll have a little something for them at the ribbon cutting ceremony, because that's at 5:30.
Okay.
So I know that you'll have council, and we've got some other stuff going on, but
Okay.
we hope that the public is there, and yeah, there's some people there to celebrate with that.
Joe can say that Bob's the mayor, but Bob Canada's the unofficial mayor. So Bob's been all about it. He's talking and
Okay.
texting all of them, and he's all,
Okay,
he's all into it too.
okay, well, good.
So
I mean,
at least we have the secondary mayor or something.
makes the dream work.
He's busy, but Bob Canada's on.
And the last thing I wanted to, I had texted you about this earlier in the week, but maybe you could update all of us about the Pearl Park situation. You had a chance to visit with,
Yes, I had a meeting last week with Tony Steinhardt and with Bill Barnes, and Bill was teaching me kind of and informing me about how the Community Foundation works, gaining access to those funds and such. And so since then, I've been in contact with John Nyberg. He's putting together essentially a group of workers to be able to help out with that, because it's trying to restore with Pearl Park, because we've got a lot of broken windows, there's painting down there that needs to be done. And those funds can't go towards, say, mowing the grass and weed eating, but it can go towards the physical buildings themselves and the upkeep of those shelter houses and stuff. So we do have a little bucket of money there that we would be able to access as long as we follow the correct protocols, which is why I'm utilizing both John and Bill so that we can get that done properly.
so we are moving forward with that.
Yes, yes. we
Okay.
are.
Okay, does anybody else have any questions?
Just, has this, you mentioned, through Rec Desk, but the pickup game for kids, has that been on social media and
We just
the
posted
media
that
and
today.
all that?
Yes.
The
Yep,
radio
we'll be-
stations and newspaper?
We haven't done radio and newspaper yet, but I know somebody we can get.
Newspaper maybe,
Might be too late for
but
the
I just
newspaper.
think an announcement or
Yeah.
send it out to the coaches so that they can make sure their teams are aware of it. I think that's a good idea.
Yes. Yep.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Matt. All right, this is the time for public comments. If you have something you'd like to share, a question you'd like to answer, now's your time.
Well, I'd hate for the evening to go by without thanking Zach for his service on the Parks Board and on our golf board in helping lead the way in repositioning the golf course to be, successful contributing part of our park system. So Zach, sorry to see you go. I don't know if you actually made the announcement that today was
No.
your.
No.
Nope.
Yes,
Did I spoil your?
moving outside of the city limits, so getting,
Did I spoil yours?
getting booted.
So, but want to say with sincere gratitude, we really, really appreciate it. And, we hope that you'll come visit us and continue
absolutely.
to share all your experience and expertise and guidance along the way, particularly on the golf course.
Yeah, will do.
Because that is one of the, assets of the park system that we really worked hard to reposition. And we've made tremendous progress in a short period of time, but there's still lots of work to do there. And hearing Matt and Chad talk about all the things park-related, hopefully what you gathered from them was the sense that they're placing a lot of focus on beautifying our parks and dealing with some of the deferred maintenance and upgrading the condition of the parks. And it also is a testament to what we can do if we're managing our park assets in a way that's profitable, like the campground. We can reinvest those funds so that that asset can, deliver a better quality product to those who use it with something we can be proud of. Not sure if anybody talked earlier about the status of Crystal Beach, but last week I attended the contractor meeting and I met with the engineer, the designer, and we're waiting on a report back from the actual pool contractor and pool consultant on the scope of work, and then from there we'll be putting together the financial plan. But time is of the essence in order to move forward to deal with the, the structural issues that have been identified at the pool, so that we can be prepared for, the 2023 swimming season. So if I repeated anything you guys talked about earlier, my apologies, but that is a primary focus for us. And then on the adoption of the master plan, you know, I know what this is, and what I want the park board to focus on is the fact that, you know, this is the roadmap. This is something that we look at all the time that guides us and the investment we need to make in our parks. Because every economist will tell you quality of life in any community is dependent upon the outdoor recreation opportunities. And Madison is unparalleled with the number of parks that it has and what it offers for community and visitors alike. But we have a tremendous amount of deferred maintenance that we need to overcome. And so this park master plan and the capital planning that we're doing in conjunction with this will help establish how do we finance some of these improvements that we need to make for the park. And one of the primary things in this master plan is creating routine maintenance schedule process, and that is something that's been unfortunately ignored, where I think we've kind of traded off priorities. But in a community like ours, we have to do a lot of different things simultaneously, and focusing on the parks is the number one priority for our community because it has so many tremendous benefits to our community. Anyway, drive around, you'll see where there's still a need to attack some of our parks that we haven't gotten to yet. But if you go to Crystal Beach, you'll see fantastic work being done in the pool house. You go to the campground, you'll see fantastic upgrades over there. It's great to see T-ball again at Kiwanis. The Sunrise Golf Course looks as good as it's probably ever looked, candidly, with the upgrades made on course and in the clubhouse. The ball fields have been redone over at Rucker. Tournament play is happening there again. So all across our community, we're making investment, and there's a tremendous amount of investment to continue to be made there. But it is probably the number one thing that we can do to make sure that quality of life in Madison continues to be unparalleled. So we have a lot of work ahead of us, but we've got a good team forming. We still are experiencing, like everybody else, supply chain issues, labor constraints. There's a national lifeguard shortage, although we're not opening the pool this season, but everywhere there's shortages. We're fortunate too, as Matt was describing, to have the partnership with the Department of Natural Resources, OVO, State Representative Randy Fry, and the team here who have worked together to find an alternative for the community to enjoy summer swimming in the absence of Crystal Beach this summer. So as Matt was saying, Carla, OVO has already identified those households who are income qualifying with children and the family sizes for the park passes and the pool passes. So there's literally going to be thousands of kids enjoying, swimming and access to Clifty Falls State Park this year because of that partnership and the fact that they recognize a need here in our community too. Happy to answer any questions you all have, but again, Zach, I want to say thank you. Good luck, and we're sorry to see you moving outside Madison, but if you stick around long enough, we'll annex you back in and bring you to
Sounds great.
back onto the park board, if that's okay.
Sounds great.
That's just a joke. Don't print that, Mark. Anyway, thank you guys.
I just wanted to echo that and say, Zach, thank you. I know it's been a long 18 months. There's been a lot of change that has taken place here with the park system, the park board. We've had all 4 new members, a lot of different changes that have gone on. And so you've been a rock throughout this whole thing, and your guidance has always been appreciated. So just want to say thank you and wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. Yep. It's been a great experience. Learned a lot.
Yeah, sorry, I won't get to say.
I know.
I just want to echo the appreciation for what you guys have done to make alternatives for Crystal Beach. But I also want to urge you, with all of this information about what's available out there, let's start planning now for when it opens, how to train and recruit lifeguards, programming. None of the pools are open past 6 o'clock, which means any working person cannot swim. So this is a huge marketing opportunity for when we do open our pool, to make sure we're reaching people that other pools are not able to reach because of their constraints. So it's going to be exciting when it happens. And the no-cost thing I would really encourage you to do, and I was so pleased that Chad brought up the concert for the community band. It's not on any of your media. It's not city website, it's not on Facebook, either the parks or the city. It doesn't cost anything, but somebody needs to make sure, and I did see the T-ball stuff for Friday, but there's stuff going on at the senior center, none of that. Even the senior dances didn't get pushed through social media that they're back on. So just, that's a no-cost thing that you could be doing to really promote. Because it's not just having beautiful parks, you also have to have programming. And we do, but if nobody knows about it, it doesn't happen. And with this group coming down, is there any thought to how to utilize the river with either kayaking or canoeing through the Parks Department? Maybe you have to work with the county. But that would be something that hopefully this will spark. So, thank you, guys.
Thanks, Jen.
Any other public comments, suggestions? Okay, if we have nothing else, then I just need a motion to adjourn.
Go ahead, it's your last meeting.
I'll make a motion.
I second it.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned. Thank you for being here.
When's the next
Oh,
July?
I have my phone turned off. Can you tell me when it is?
July 6th at 5 p.m.
July 6th at 5 o'clock is our next meeting. Thank you.